sometimes just can't, like, tell a dramatic story without some sort of interruption. That was the commercial break. How y'all doing? Shit, yeah, shit. Oh well. Right, so, Annalie dropped her keychain, we're giving it back. She's from an older gen of magical girls, right? From before the Sentinels. A fruit something. Sorry, I can't remember the group off the top of my head. Fruit Fatale. It's been a while since they've been relevant. You sure like it old school. Excuse me? Well, you know, you like Fruit Fatale. You're bringing back the Sentinels to the forefront. Not like that's a bad thing at all. Retro's rad. Creatives always look to the past to get inspired, yada yada. I feel like I put my foot in my mouth here. What happened to Super Girl Boss CEO mode? Oh, this is before, like, a Girl Boss is a little bit... It's a little bit... like... getting your dates a little mixed up in here, I think. She doesn't say anything for a long moment, and she's making Aura wait too. Right. Annalie shuffles in place. Earth to Annalie? Suddenly, Annalie takes another step near me, and another. She leans in, close enough I can feel her breath on my cheek as she whispers into my ear. Would you like to grab a coffee sometime? What? My jaw hits the floor, or it would, but I'm trying to keep my composure as much as possible. Maybe she's just wanting to discuss magical girls, or maybe she knows who I really am? Theories swim through my head. Anything seems more plausible than me getting hit on by a beautiful older woman. Who is also my boss's 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 boss. I don't even know how far that chain goes. Well, out with it. I don't have all day. I'm a very busy woman. Do you have a cell on you? Actually, just take this. Oh, did it die again? Like, it says I've been back for, like, 2 minutes. So, congrats on the first, Tia. Did you just, like, refresh the page? Because I'm pretty sure I've been live for a little bit. Well, to catch you up to speed, we gave Annalie back her keychain, and now she's trying to meet up with me for coffee. She takes the pen out of her suit jacket's pocket and grabs my wrist. Annalie writes a phone number on the back of my hand. Call if you're interested, but don't bother if you're not. With that, she finally returns to Aura's side. What? Purely business. I give low-level employees a chance to interview for a better position on occasion. She got the number of a higher-up. Let's go, we're behind schedule. Aura glances back at me at the last moment. I give her a look as if to say, we're talking about this later. A little different from the story you probably know. Don't worry, I'll keep you refreshed on the details. In fact, the memories keep flooding back to me, clear as daylight. Kind of like when I first tried the Sentimentality line makeup. I started to open up the samples Annalie presented us with. Admittedly, the formulas for this line seem solid. The eyeshadow glides over my eyelid and the lipstick's creamy base feels great to apply. That night I had the most amazing dream. It's like living through a movie of some of the Sentinel's greatest hits. Like the time Sentinel Aurora or Boy Young lulled a Hydra to sleep with her singing. Or when Sentinel Nova used her exploding stardust to cheer us all up with an impromptu fireworks display on the roof of the school. Then I dream of our geeky Sentinel Perigi. KJ always felt out of place on the team. Their invincible bubbles saved us from collapsing buildings, toxic gas, mind control. And finally we have Jackie, Sentinel Soul. I've never known anyone stronger in my whole life, both physically and emotionally. There are few things more satisfying in this world than catching a villain monologuing and then, BAM! A Jackie red-hot fist to the face. Well, it's like I'm back there again. Aura showing up at the makeup store, dreaming of my former teammates. Alistair didn't think it was a coincidence. He sent me out to gather the Sentinels. I remember... Never mind, I remember this part already. It was just last week, I remember this part already. Magic was fading, Alistair couldn't talk, the Sentinels gathered, we know the story, but we had no idea what would be coming. We bickered, we debated magic's role in our lives, we barely formed a plan to look into things. I struggled with the idea of leading the Sentinels again. Would I be able to reconnect with my old teammates without making the rifts between us worse? And would they be able to come again together as a team? I wanted a distraction, I needed a distraction. I thought, what could it hurt to see what Annalie had wanted from me? Oh, sweet young Akiko, you have no idea what you're about to get yourself into. It's the 22nd. I ended up calling Annalie and scheduled a time to meet up with her. It took a lot out of me to work up the courage to do so. Deep breaths, pep talks in the mirror, and posing like a superhero. And somehow it worked out. Too well, in fact. I was expecting to go out to a restaurant or something, but as it turns out, I got invited straight to her condo. Oh boy. The Sims, because you're home alone, kind of stuck of being in bed. I hope the Sims go well. Which is totally fine, totally fine. She's a very successful businesswoman. And she didn't get to where she was wasting time on silly, time-consuming little dinner dates. It's all a bunch of phooey anyways. Why not be direct? She's a woman who knows what she wants. It's a trait I admire, and I hope I learned from her in our encounter. I scrubbed every inch of my body beforehand. I spritzed multiple pumps of the most appetizing perfume I have. I even cut my nails. I've never prepared for a night like this before. I'm terrified, but really, really excited too. So very excited. Ah, Kiko, you're here. Quite on the dot. You knocked on the door the split second 6:59 turned to 7 o'clock. Sorry, I'm just the type to be very punctual. Is that so? I feel like she can see right through me. I've actually been 5 minutes late to work for the past week. Maybe she knows that somehow. I awkwardly saunter into her living space, which is more beautiful than I could have imagined. Everything looks so clean and immaculate and expensive. So how hungry are you? Huh? It's a weird way of putting it, but it works on me. I can feel my ears burning. So hungry. I'm starved, basically, but not in a weird, creepy way. I'm really excited about this. But not too eager, haha. Well, I suppose that's good. Annalie waves over to her dining area. There's a bunch of takeout bags piled on top. I ordered from 3 different restaurants. We have French cuisine, Wagyu steak dinners, and 5 stars just Wagyu! God damn! Wow! Alright. Totally not trying to bribe me or anything. Checking out the new packs that came out since the Eternity since you last played Sims 4, right? Yeah, because, like, there's just so much DLC for that game, like, a ridiculous amount. Drinks, of course, we paired accordingly. Yeah, wow, that all sounds so tasty. I can't wait to dig in. I ate beforehand. I think I severely misjudged the situation. I was offering a choice of one meal rather than a free-for-all, and I suppose I can't begrudge a healthy appetite. Note to self, our retailers on the shop floor need longer lunch breaks. I like that that's your takeaway. Of course, I should think about what I'd like to try. Well, I made a big deal of the Wagyu. Let's take that. Steak, please. Carnivorous, I like that. She hands me a hearty-looking plate with the well-seasoned vegetables and pieces of steak. It's pleasantly pink in the middle, and my mouth starts watering. No, I can't start drooling before she pours the drink. Stay focused, Akiko. I wait for Annalie to pair the meals with whatever expensive alcohol she deems appropriate. After she's done, she raises her cup my way. I dare say this is the first time I bothered to fix a date her meal. It's like I'm your waitress. Surely you at least owe me a toast for all my hard work. Of course. I'm honored. I clink glasses with her and go for a generous swig to calm my nerves. Oh, your mom put on some weird mods. Oh boy. Tonight's special, though. It's not every day I get to meet the illustrious Princess Starlight. What? How? No, you have the wrong idea, I think. I don't. I create the sentimentality line, and I know Starlight when I see her. I didn't get into my position through half-assed research. Are you doubting my skills? No, I didn't say that. Well, I don't know. I stand up from my chair, feeling defensive. I'm not confirming or denying anything, but did you bring me here to interrogate me? What are your real intentions? Annalie pokes at her food. She looks a bit sheepish. I'm sorry I scared you. You have every right to feel cornered. I'd feel the same if I were you, so please sit down. I slowly sit back in front of my plate. I just thought you were interesting. A renowned magical girl. No, not just that. A leader of an accomplished magical girl squad. You were celebrated, beloved, practically everywhere, but now you're working at our store for minimum wage. Gee, thanks for the reminder. I'm not sure how I feel about coming right out with my magical identity, but it seems like Annalise puzzled me out. You got me. I guess the jig is up, isn't it? You're right, I'm the leader of the Sentinels. Princess Sentinel Starlight. I knew it. Awesome, you caught me. Congratulations. But I want to know what's going on. Annalie takes a slow sip of her drink. We've gotten off on the wrong foot. For that, I apologize. I brought you here to have a conversation. A conversation was not what I was hoping for tonight, Annalie. Okay, what kind of conversation? What do I get out of this? It's, I imagined we could have a sort of heart-to-heart about certain things. Things only we could understand. Things? Since we're both retired magical girls. Oh. So you're saying you're also a magical girl? Or you used to be? She seems to be wrestling with herself. Could it be Annalise having a hard time opening up? If that's the case, I'm feeling a little touched that she reached out. I guess even the coldest ice queens need to talk to someone every once in a while. It couldn't have been easy for her. So you used to be a magical girl too? I understand if you find it hard to believe. I'm not exactly a teenage girl anymore. No, I get it. Neither am I. We sit in silence again. It seems like Annalie needs a little more encouragement to continue on this conversation, so I think carefully about what to say. Sometimes I still feel like a kid, though. Like I don't know anything about the world around me, and I feel lost. It's not easy to find someone to talk to about everything. Well, outside of the immediate magical girl squad, that is. But talking to old teammates has its own challenges too, take it from me. I mean, staying in contact is super hard when you don't have an evil villain to take down every week. It feels practically impossible once everything's all over. I mean, lately I've been feeling like I'm the bad guy now because I forgot some birthdays and lost some numbers. I continue babbling on, but Annalie nods her head as I do. I think I'm making progress. I tell her about how it feels like everybody else in the Sentinels has moved on. How it kind of stings to see Aura on the front of a magazine, and I feel jealous when how jealous I feel when I see Jackie so happy with her teaching gig. How KJ and Miranda found new passions I didn't even know they had. I recall some stories about our past battles as the Sentinels keep filling the dead air. We finish our dinner together, and Annalie doesn't add much to the conversation, but she seems content enough to listen along and sip on her drink. So our Sentinel Aurora at the time had to climb down into Diamond Cove sewers to attack this monster. Starlight. It took a lot of convincing on my end, but her vocal powers were our best bet, and the echo down there was powerful! Akiko! Oh, sorry for going on and on. I've been feeling overly nostalgic lately. That's fine, I appreciate it, actually. This night didn't turn out how I'd hoped. My plans are usually immaculate. But surprisingly, I'm not mad that things went sideways. You certainly had some colorful stories to tell. Maybe next time you can tell me more about yourself? I can do some research too. I'll look up your old squad. What was it again? No, I'd really rather you not pry about me from external sources. So let's talk about it another time, Starlight, next time we meet up. Okay. I'm a little disappointed, but I don't want to push her too hard. On the other hand, it seems like I've secured a second date? Heck yeah! I enjoyed our evening together. Hearing you talk brought me back to better times. I'm glad to hear it. Pinky promised me we'll have more of a conversation next time? I'm not Pinky promising you anything, but you have my word. I chuckle at that. No surprise Annalie's a tough nut to crack. But I feel like we made progress tonight. We wrap up our evening and Annalie sends me home with all the leftovers. This should hold me over for this week. I'll be looking forward to seeing her again. I'll be looking forward to seeing her again. That's still true. Even though it's been a whole decade since I last saw her. But those days flash before my eyes like they were just yesterday. After that, Lise met the rest of the Sentinels. Was Jackie there too? Yeah, another detail that's different from my universe and all other stories. I can only handle so many memories in one day. It's a lot to think about. Lise gave everyone the perfect makeup match. Jackie was particularly flattered by Lise's excellent sales pitch, and it took no small feat to wrestle Lise off of Miranda. That's when the rest of the team tried sentimentality, chatting and bringing up the old days. It was so nice to see everyone at the store that day. Moment of normalcy, sure. Fun, before it came crashing down. These memories, how vivid they are, I don't think it's an accident. Maybe there's something amiss with magic again? No, those days are far behind me. I know what this is. It's my heart begging for closure. But where could I even begin to look for her? Maybe the answer is right in front of me. My memories. Let me think back on what was next. Okay, we jumped ahead. It's Christmas Eve. I decided to take initiative and ask Annalie to meet me at a cafe. At a cave. We went to a cave. Woo! Our last meeting was awkward at best. I'm still beating myself up for how badly I misinterpreted her signals. I've had time to think about our conversation, and there's a lot of questions I'd like to ask now that I'm not on the spot. Yeah, cave date. Oh my gosh, what if we were in love and we played Minecraft? I'm just kidding. Unless... I've had time to think about our conversation, and there's a lot of questions I'd like to ask now that I'm not on the spot. Annalie is sitting across from me at a small table for two. She's frowning at the wall-mounted menu above the counter. I think she's scaring the baristas. I like this spot. It's not too fancy or highbrow, and it makes for a great date venue. Not like I've brought any dates here recently. She doesn't seem to be listening. These frappes seem to be over-glorified milkshakes. Cookies and cream, caramel ribbon. You're telling me this is coffee. Hey, don't knock it till you try it. Fine, this place was your suggestion. So put in an order for the two of us and I'll try it. Whoa, pressure's on. What will I get? Large frappes! Okay, I got 2 frappes, extra whipped cream. Annalie takes a small sip and instantly crinkles her nose. It's sickeningly sweet. It is, that's the appeal, I think. I'm worried about your generation. To think that some people order this every day. Hear me out. Normal coffee isn't enough for these days. We need the caffeine and a mega load of sugar to get us through our shifts. My condolences. We sip on our drinks for a bit. Annalie looks positively elegant sitting in front of me with crossed legs and a pinky finger out as she raises her cup to her lips. But also totally out of place. This isn't really a businessy joint, and the customers are mostly cool younger people. Down to business then. I'd like to talk to you more about magical girls, specifically regarding the Sentinels and their relationship with men. Hold your horses. I'm okay talking about this sort of stuff with you, but we promised it wouldn't just be me sharing stories. I think some give and take is only fair. Deal? Annalie tilts her head. Who knew Starlight was such a little businesswoman? Fine, I can accept that. I figured Pinky Promise wasn't gonna work, so I've decided to speak your language. The first thing I'd like to ask... What kind of magical girl are you? To be honest, I don't think I've ever met former magical girls outside of myself and my immediate crew. I'm not even sure where to start when it comes to asking questions, so can you tell me more about yourself as a magical girl? Not so special. I was never the type to take initiative or be the group's leader like yourself. You? Really? But you're a total boss now. You're kicking butt in the business world. Teenage me wasn't made of the same metal, I suppose. Annalie taps her nails on the coffee table as she sips her drink. I suppose I have no choice but to delve into my past. I've already asked so much of you already. I'm all ears. Do you remember when you picked up that charm for me when we first met? Of course I do. I don't think I'll ever forget it. That was Sayori. Strawberry Sayori, that is. She was the leader of our magical girl group, Fruit Fatale. Sayori was the heart of our group, the first to gain magical powers, and the one who named us. Other than me, there were 2 other girls, Bree and Marina. We all went to school together. Well, sounds like us. The Sentinels were all at the same high school. Let me guess. It's the one by the south side of Diamond Cove, the one by the seaside. Yeah, that one. You know that building used to host an all-girls school. Before Emerald High, it was Ruby's Preparatory Academy for Girls. Oh, I think I heard something about that when I attended. We have to kind of wish I was able to attend back then. The name sounds way fancier. No, you don't. 1, we had to pay tuition. 2, our classmates were positively vicious. Back on subject, we all bonded together because we were misfits who stuck out for one reason or another. Take Bree, for example. She was a total delinquent, picking fights with anyone who looked at her funny. Annalise shakes her head disapprovingly. Marina and Sayori were perfectly tame in comparison, but they weren't able to keep up with the whims of classroom cliques or any other insufferable social expectations imposed upon us. And you? And what about me? Did they pick on you because... you were too dorky? Let me guess, you were a huge dorky nerd. Not like that's a bad thing. You could describe some of my best friends, honestly. I'm not sure what constitutes being a huge dorky nerd, but I did care very much about our educational experience. Big dorky nerd. School is about bettering ourselves through knowledge and collaboration. To this day, I don't know how my classmates never understood that. Annalie continues to extol the virtues of going to school and enriching young minds. Nerd! 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 I'm nodding along as best as I can, but I'm staring off a little too. I guess I was right. She was a dork. Anyway, Sayori offered to meet us at a cafe once we'd all gained our powers. She was a sweets fanatic, but always ordered this bizarre parfait. Strawberries, bananas, grapes, and avocados. Sounds unique. It certainly was. Unique enough for her to assign us our magical girl names, in fact. Oh, so that means you were... Avocado Anna. Going to laugh, most found it just as funny. An avocado-themed magical girl doesn't have much appeal going for her. No, sorry, it's just unexpected. The Sentinels were very particular about our chosen names. Cool space themes and all. Sayori